We'll be right back.
An outstanding matchup finally comes to an end between Rodriguez and Moloney. Taking a look at some of the action here in the 12th round, Moloney really digging in. Outpunched Rodriguez probably 2 or 3 to 1 in that final round. Was very busy and definitely got the champion's attention. Really came on strongly during the last 3 to 4 rounds in this fight. Really swinging for the fences there. Moloney misses the big shot, but the temperament and the persistence of Moloney, you see him getting to Rodriguez some of those body shots. A lot of good work from two very, very tough fighters.
Stop right there for now. I do know the results of the fight. I do know that Manny Rodriguez had won via unanimous decision. And watching the fight, it was a very, very close fight. I don't know why I'm so bright. This is a new hoodie. It seems as though I got to adjust my color or whatever. But long story short, Jason Moloney, right here, he was undefeated going into this fight. So, with this for right now. With that being said, I'm not going to say that Manny Rodriguez was exposed or that he's not good. It was a very, very good fight. Another thing is, I don't understand why the World Boxing Super Series is having so many issues in regards to getting a television deal. Now, I understand last year, for example, you couldn't just get it fight by fight. You had to purchase the whole package, and it wouldn't make sense for it to be broadcast fight by fight, because how could you talk about who the winner would be and who they would be facing? You'll be like, well, such and such won this, but the next fight, we don't know who's going to be televised and where it's going to be. So it just really didn't make any sense. Listen to the cards.
Test 115-113 for Moloney.
Oh, was it a draw?
Judge Alfredo Polanco has it 115-113 for Rodriguez. And Judge Alexander Levin scores the bout 115-113 for your winner by split decision. Moving on to the World Boxing Super Series Bantamweight semifinals. And still, IBF Bantamweight Champion of the World, Emmanuel Manny El Sensacional Rodriguez.
I have no doubt that he won the fight. I just sat here and watched the first fight of the day. It's 9:49 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Wow. A split decision determined by one single point. On the final judges' scorecards, 115-113 Moloney, 115-113 Rodriguez, and the final and deciding judge, 115-113 Moloney.
Let's have a word with Emmanuel Manny Rodriguez. Emmanuel, congratulations on the victory.
Bright.
What are your thoughts on the W against Jason Moloney? ¿Qué piensas con esta victoria contra Jason Moloney?
No, fue una victoria, una pelea bien dura. Gracias a Moloney por dar la batalla que dio. Sabíamos que íbamos con un buen peleador. Nos dio la batalla. Pero pues, como siempre dije, el ganador iba a ser yo. Gracias a Dios salimos victoriosos. Ahora pues, a descansar y para la próxima ronda, si Dios lo permite.
He said that it was a good fight. He takes Moloney to bring the best of him. He wins the fight, and he's going to take his team too.
Were you surprised that the fight was as close as it was on the scorecards?
Could you repeat it?
¿Pensaste que la pelea era muy cerquita en las tarjetas de los jueces?
Sí, sabía que había sido una pelea cerrada, pero mi esquina siempre me dijo que estaba cerrada la pelea, pero que estaban adelante. Y los últimos 2 rounds estaba un poco cansado y me mandaron a boxear y pude, quizás esos asaltos que boxeé bien, quizás usando la maña, pues fueron los asaltos clave.
We know the fight was close, but my corner always tell me that I was in front, so I give my best, and this is what happened.
And now let's bring in the WBA Bantamweight Champion of the World, Naoya Inoue. Naoya, come forward. Emmanuel, give us your thoughts about fighting this man, the monster. What are your thoughts after he destroyed Juan Carlos Payano But what are your initial thoughts about fighting Naoya Inoue in the semifinals of the World Boxing Super Series Bantamweight Tournament?
¿Cuáles son tus pensamientos
Sweet
después de haber
jacket.
visto el knockout aparatoso que dio Naoya a Payano? ¿Cómo te sientes que enfrentarlo a él ahora?
No,
Sweet Momo.
él es un boxeador de alto calibre. Es un boxeador que acaba las peleas, como todo el mundo se lo ha dicho, es un tremendo peleador, sus méritos se los ha ganado. Él cuando ganó su victoria hace 2 semanas atrás, pues dijo que con que le gustaría enfrentarme a mí. Y pues ya, yo gané, pues si Dios lo permite, el año que viene, para febrero, no sé la fecha, pues nos enfrentaríamos y pues será la batalla que todo el mundo está esperando.
He said he's a tough fighter. He knows that he likes to finish his bouts with a
Japanese
knockout.
top star.
He also know that he asking for fighting for the next fight, and he say that's going to be a good fight. So he's waiting for the fight.
Emmanuel, thank you. Now let's join alongside by Naoya Inoue, the monster who has been destroying his competition. We saw him 2 weeks ago. Naoya, what is your takeaway from watching Emmanuel Rodriguez in his fight against Jason Moloney?
今日の試合を見て感想どうでしたか？
まず今日の勝利をおめでとうと言いたいです。
First, I would like to congratulate Rodriguez for winning this fight tonight.
Well, you got your wish in Tokyo. You said you wanted to fight Emmanuel Rodriguez. Now you have your wish. How excited are you to take on this man in the semifinals of the World Boxing Super Series Bantamweight Tournament?
横浜でロドリゲスと準決勝で戦いたいと言ってましたけど、実際現実となって今どう思ってますか？
実際にロドリゲスが勝ち上がってきて、来年準決勝で戦えることをすごく非常にワクワクしてます。
I'm really excited that I'll be facing Rodriguez in the semifinals probably early next year.
We cannot wait for that one. Now we are going to get them to pose off, ladies and gentlemen. The IBF Bantamweight Champion of the World, Naoya Inoue, the WBA Bantamweight Champion of the World, Kalle Sauerland, right there. This is the semifinals of the World Boxing Super Series Bantamweight Tournament. As we have Emmanuel Rodriguez, Naoya Inoue. What a fight this is going to be in 2019. Inoue Rodriguez. The bantamweights, look at this showdown in 2019, all thanks to the World Boxing Super Series.
A fantastic win for Emmanuel Rodriguez, holding on to his title via split decision over.
You know, okay, well, let's get this part out of the way first. Let's talk about the World Boxing Super Series. It is now an annual tournament. We know that they did last year and then this year. We don't know if they're going to have a season 3. This tournament is very difficult to put together because of all the politics in boxing. And now with all the network deals, you know, and the fighters being restricted to those networks, it's going to be even difficult. So what they try to do is find divisions where the politics is not as heavy. For example, 118 in this case, and 140. 140 became free when Terrence Crawford moved up. So therefore, the 140-pound tournament is going to involve a lot of unifications. 3 unifications, correct? I'm not sure, but we're going to talk about that more next week because we got to talk about Rigas Prograis versus Terry Flanagan. But in this case, the 118-pound, now we're moving into the second round. For example, on November the 3rd, you're going to have the final fight of the first round of the Bantamweight 118-pound World Boxing Super Series. You're going to have Nonito Doniare versus Ryan Burnett, and the winner is going to go on to take on Zolani Tite. Him and Inoue are supposed to be the favorites to be in the finals. Ryan Burnett, I'm interested in seeing how he looks against a 118-pound Nonito Doniare. He hasn't been in at that weight in 6+ years, 7 or something like that, if I'm correct. Along those lines, many fights, over 10 fights. I forgot the exact number. I did a preview on that fight. So Jason Moloney fought a very good fight, and he is. Oh, they got some promos. Next week, they're showing some swing fights. But, here, let me do it this way.
Bantamweight tournament. As we
There we go. Got a nice little thumbnail. Anyway, so what I was saying is Jason Moloney is not sweet. It's just that Emmanuel Rodriguez was just better. Inoue is a very dominant and very accurate puncher, especially a body puncher. I've seen in this fight and the Paul Butler fight that sometimes Rodriguez gets too stationary and he takes unnecessary shots, and that will likely be his downfall, in my opinion. I really was interested in seeing this fight because I wanted to see, okay, he's on this really big stage, even though, unfortunately, they didn't sell a lot of tickets. But nonetheless, still on this new platform. They just signed Canelo this week. So right there, that's a plus. You know, I'm just earlier what I was saying is I'm just wondering why they're having so much difficult getting a any type of TV deal. Like, and with all the money that's being pumped into this and the star caliber of the lower level fighters, I mean not the lower weight division fighters, you know, it's a very interesting tournament. As you know, Callum Smith won the 168-pound tournament last year. However, Rocky Felding, who he beat, got the big money fight against Canelo. I know that Callum Smith would have likely not have been ready. Could have been, you know, because him and Canelo fought, what, 2 weeks apart. But whatever. Alexander Usyk cleared out the division, won all the belts except for those other three, WBA, whatever, long story, undisputed cruiserweight champion. And in this, you're going to come away with the winner of the bantamweight is going to come away with 3 of the 4. The WBC is not in it. Rasheed Warren is going to be fighting, I forgot who. So in this case, it's going to be Inoue with his WBA world. I don't know how they're going to do that because he's not the WBA super world. In fact, let me go. Ryan Burnett is. So they're going to allow Rodriguez to fight Inoue and call it a unification. Because the fact that other belt is in the tournament. All these are in the tournament. And then you're going to have Rasheed Warren. I forgot against one of these guys. I forgot. Factor in, however, that this is a new division for Inoue. He's a former 108, 112, and 100. Wait. Let me check to be sure. 108, 112, 108, 115, 118. 3 division champion. 108, 115. He skipped 112. Many wanted to see him against Rungvisai at 115 pounds. That's still very possible in the future. Rungvisai could very well be going to 118 for the next, depending. There's some business at 115 that has to be taken care of with a lot of guys that should be fighting each other and should be unifying. And Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez is still down there. He's not going back down to 112. But anyway, this video is running a little too long. Next week is a really, really busy week for me because I got to go out in the field and go to the Danny Jacobs, Sergey Derevianchenko fight. So I'm trying to figure out what am I going to do to cover the Regis Prograis Terry Flanagan fight. I'm probably going to be watching that probably on the train out there or while I'm driving out there. Not watching, but have it playing, you know, in the car. We'll see. But I'm going to be covering it next week, even if it's not until Sunday, like today, like I'm doing, you know, with this. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.